Hello all, Dr. Fox back here with you. We got a couple of little hotfix updates, and we've got some Q&A this week. A couple other things. Let's jump right in that with classic WoW tokens from Japan. Oh? Well, hey, if that will help get rid of those third-party issues that they used to have, then I say all for it. And yes, there's a mix of whether we want to call them rumors or it's guaranteed to come for NA and EU, and some have said it is, some said it's still rumors. We'll have to kind of see how it rolls out. But at least at this point, it looks like we will maybe getting, or we are getting, WoW tokens added to Classic. So it'll kind of be interesting how that plays out. I'd be interesting to hear your thoughts on that in the comments as well. I'm not going to go either way because there's pros and cons on both ends of it. I'm going to kind of leave it at that. And just one quick little update. I know I was covering a couple of hot fixes last week, and if hopefully I didn't get miss in the way I... let me back up for a second. So, due to my brain injury, I always try to go back and listen to my video to make sure I didn't say something, or if I said something, I didn't mean for it to come out a certain way. Sometimes that happens. I just want to clarify that, yes, the horrific vessels was 5, and with the hotfix, it did go to infinite amount. Whether it's stackable or not, that is a different question. The coalescent visions for the assaults, thank goodness, at least we're getting more of those dropping. The reduced amounts of the 13 to 15 pages as well. You're getting 4 fear and flesh for running a single one up from 2. Here's the part that I was trying to clarify. The 25,000 tab was told to us that it would be not an infinite amount, but it would go up much higher. And so sadly, yeah, you are restricted at 25,000 of those points, and you'll have to go snag a couple of horrific visions when those, because mine maxes out all the time, and every time I'm running around doing my dailies in Aldham and in the Vale, I'm missing out on a bunch of those and extra chances of getting a few extra horrific visions. Mine are stacking up and stacking up. I just haven't been doing those. I've been doing the dailies, though. I'm getting very, very close. And I'll share that with you all here as we shift gears here in just moments away. Of course, with the Shadowlands update, at least as of this post, there's still no word other than, of course, the encrypted builds that are out there. So we'll have to kind of see how that plays out. Don't forget today, if you're watching this week, first off, happy first day of March. Hope you were able to enjoy your happy leap year day yesterday. Dark Moon Fair has gone live, so feel free to fly on down and snag a few of your 10% bonus this week to help you tidy up. I'm excited. You can see down here at my bar, I'm almost there. I'd be a lot closer. I've missed about 3 days on the Rajani, sadly, so I would have been just about wrapping things up as of Dark Moon Fair. So sadly, I'm a little behind, and Aldham, I'm about 3 or 4 days behind on Aldham, on top of the 3 days behind of Rajani. But I am excited. I was able to at least get my Shadow Barb pet and drone mount here, so I'm excited. I was able to get that on my main character. So I'm closing in. And it'd be a great time to fly on over. I know it's a little bit of a nuisance, but if you can hold out this final week for those that have been grinding like myself, or if you just have been grinding quite as much and you've missed 3-4 days like myself, not by choice, or you're just plugging away at it, that's awesome. Do what you can, or come back to it later if you don't want to do it now. This is just a rep grind thing just for me. This isn't specific to anybody. You don't have to. You could totally skip all this if you really want to. So, and there's the Happy Brew of the Month Club is back. So I'll continue to get my Brew of the Month clubs as well. And I'm going to work on my dailies over here. And then I have been jumping over to Classic as well. I want to share with you all that grind as well. It's been rough. I know many would say, well, Dr. Fox, why not spend 3.5, 4 days if you can get a full day in, 3 or 4 days straight, and you can get that last leveled character? Because literally, all my alliance characters are to 120, aka when Shadowlands kicks out, they'll be back down to 50. 50. But this is that one Zandalarian Troll Paladin that's kind of hanging around here. This poor gal, she's been struck. Everything else is is max level, at least currently, as of this post. So I was trying to get that grind put out for that one through the classic as well. I'm gonna share that WoW classic moment here with you here, just moments. As soon as my screen catches up with us here, it'll take just moments. And here we go. I can't believe it. As of late last night, I want to send another special shout out to an individual that helped me run a Shadowfang Keep. He showed back up again the other night, and I just want to send a special shout out to him. He helped me run Scarlet Monastery SM. I did not anticipate. I totally forgot how much different the original version looked and how much cloth drops in there. Now, thank goodness I was able to finally max out my cloth for the wool, but I'm at 150, and now I'm thinking, oh no. Yeah, if you can hear it in my voice, I'm putting my hand to the left side of my face, and some go, coronavirus, Dr. Fox, don't put your hands on your face. Let's not get into that. Let's not bring that part into the game right now, okay? Anyway, with that said, I'm just like going, because I know I've got longer runs that have to start spanning out when you hit 30, and at least for leveling wise, it's better to pick an area and start grinding those from level 50 up through 60 ish at this point. And I do know that I do need to either save some money on the auction house and check the auction house for those expert levels. I'll show you. Here we go. If I want to be able to get my first aid, because it's for rogues anyway, it's pretty key to try to have one, at least in classic, to go past that. So I may have to either make a trip to Desolates or Dusk Wallow Marsh, excuse me, and a few other little things here I'm working on as well. I know my unarmed is a little low. I'm actually going out today after I get brunch in me, out aside Undercity, and I'm going to run around for a little while, and I want to try to work up my unarmed just a bit. And no, not that I really need crossbows. It's just happened to be something I picked up, and for silly giggles, I'm going to level that a little bit too. That was the plan today, and I've got to pick up a few things here. You can see I'm starting to pick up quests now that are literally sending me much further away, but I'm ecstatic to finally hit 30, level 30. I'm so excited to at least finally technically be halfway. If it was retail, I'd be at 60 right now. Or 25 if we're doing the Shadowlands calculations. But anyway, my excitement is that at least I'm pretty much halfway at this point. So I'm stoked about that. I've got some grinding to do, and we'll have to kind of see how things all kind of play out later today. But you can see here, I'm starting to get some quests like over here, like Arathi. See, there's some stuff here. And then extended up here into Alteric Valley. So that's kind of where I'm at. I will be so happy when I can finally get up into here. That's the gold grind area. But if WoW tokens are coming, that's a whole other discussion for another day. But I wanted to share that with you. And at least for now, she has finally hit 30 along with my hunter. So finally have two characters halfway My poor, this is my poor bank alt at this moment. She started out as my main, and then my hunter became my main, and then now I've been really spending a lot of time with my rogue, and really, I got the poison quest line done, so I'm able to put poison on my daggers. I was grateful to get that out of the way, so that was definitely a little bit of a trip over to like Ratchet and the Barons and all that kind of good. You realize that when you're in retail, all these little small things that they make so much easier for you, and they added. I remember them adding an hour to adding the poisons, and you can literally just hit a button and you put those 3 different poisons on your weapons. And here you literally got to make those, and you got to make the flash bombs. In this case, that's another reason why I named her Karai, because I want it allows me to say Ninja Vanish right here. There's the Vanish, right? You actually have to buy flash powder, and there's your regions. You can make those later. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. I want to share a little of that. Let's quickly wrap things up with a couple of Q&As here. We've got some Q&As to cover as well. I had someone ask me again, what's the Dr.Fox, what's the microphone that you're using? Yeah, I would not suggest for you to go out and spend like massive amounts. There's some nice little blue microphones out there that are decent quality. Obviously, if you are going to stream or you're going to use something along these lines, you would definitely want to do. A lot of people they'll deal with a crappy camera as long as your audio at least sounds somewhat semi-decent. At least this is common with the human ear for many folks. So I use the Rode and it's the Rode mic along with its Rode arm I use, and I have a nice little AKG set of headphones I use, and I've got 2 little pop filters on it as well that help me. It's the Rode NT1-A to be more precise. And then I'm using also an external to take some of the power out of the computer itself. Off the sound card, I'm using a small 2-channel pad 10, M is in Mary, X is in xylophone, and U. So pad 10 MXU is what I use for that. And you have to play with the tweaks. You got to turn the gain on. I found that when you didn't turn the gain on, the mic didn't even work. And some go, I bought all these pieces and the mic doesn't even work. So you have to fiddle with it a little bit. You can watch there are a couple of videos. There's not an extended amount of how to set up. You don't have to go this extensive. This is a pretty pricey one. This is just for my professional use. I use as well, and I've used this particular mic for doing voiceovers as well and other things as well. And Dr. Fox, are we going to be over the grind of essences when Shadowlands comes out? Please. From if you remember, do you remember? I'm a member. If you remember that Legion had a grind with the legendary weapons, then we kind of left that whole technique, and then you had to go to Argus to add these extra little circular sectors on it to give it slightly better power. We kind of left that behind in Legion when we went to BFA, and Ian, when you say we're not going to have the same grind, yeah, it's not on the weapon, it's on the amulet and the cape now. Thanks. But no, the good news is, good news, everyone. We're going to be leaving that behind, at least for now, for the amulet and the cape, for the essence grind for that. We'll have to kind of see, because I got the same thing. You've seen it. I've got all these alts, And I know we've got a guildie that he feels the same way I do. Like, you get that little rectangle box that pops up and goes, you need to put an essence in there. It's a grind to get one. Some go, it's not that hard. Okay, well, you go right ahead and do that on them, as many as my characters. Yeah, you go right ahead. It's just not. So I've got a lot of characters sitting literally, at least at this point, at 120, aka level 50 when we get to Shadowlands. But they're all maxed at least, and they're ready to roll for Shadowlands, and we'll have to see whether we get a pre-patch. Maybe we won't. It all depends. I'm seeing mixed reviews of this aspect at the moment. But at least anyway, to answer your question, we're supposed to be leaving these essences and this grind out of the way. I mean, I'm sure we're going to have a new grind in Shadowlands. We'll have to see how things play out. So supposedly they've learned from, some of the classic entailing features that we're getting some integration from, but not too much. It's because there's an awful mega long grind too in classic, so you gotta find some variation. And just me personally, I'll have to share your views as well below about how you feel about the differences between retail and classic. But for me, there's a lot of good little tweaks that have come to retail that definitely help a lot. But some purists like the other older styles, so apples to oranges. I'll have to leave it at that. All right, let's kind of wrap things up. I hope you have a great week. Happy Dark Moon Fair week. Have a good, safe first week in March. I hope you can hold out. Oh, and a quick life update as well. Sadly, the plumbers, due to we had a storm last week on Thursday, and due to their work at their other locations has pushed them back a few extra days. So if all goes to plan, we're supposed to be getting them to come tomorrow. This is posted on Sunday, generally, and we should be tomorrow morning. So we're gonna hope, and goodness sakes, I hope that we get that plumbing, and I can finally take a shower after too long tomorrow evening. I really, really, really hope. It's going to be a 2-day project here at the house, so it's going to be rough. I want to wrap that up with that thought as well. Mora sends her meow. She's over there taking a resties. I'm going to get some brunch in me. Hope you have a great week. Hang in there, and I hope you can stay healthy as the spread continues, or as we try to fight our immune systems, fight our way through these things, and hope that things don't go extensively, and then we'll have to go from there. But I'm just going to leave it at that. Dr. Fox, take 2 extra breaths. I hope you get some extra sleep, 2 extra winks tonight as well. Just, I know it's another start to a week. You can try to hold out. Call me in the morning, and we will, yes, once again, see you later.